In this video, we embarked on a journey through the mystical, wild and rugged moonscapes that make up the natural beauty of the Upper Mustang Nepal. Our adventure unfolds at the sacred Ranchung Chungsi Cave, hidden away in a gorge between the ancient paths of Samar and Sangoan village. Over the centuries, this place has been a destination for pilgrims seeking spiritual connection, revealing the layers of the region's diverse culture. As we roam through the breathtaking landscapes of Chelle, Samar and Sangoan, we discover more than just stunning views. We unravel stories woven into the fabric of this remote, magical world. What hidden treasures and ancient stories will we discover on this journey through history and natural wonders? Hey, Joe here. This episode is a continuation of our breathtaking and amazing adventure in the Upper Mustang region of Nepal. Now, before we go any further, can I ask you a favour? I can see that 73% of the people who've watched this video aren't subscribed. If you do enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. It really helps this channel more than you know. We're going to show you more amazing episodes weekly and reaching new heights and getting you physically and mentally fit for your awesome adventures. And the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can bring you. Anyway, that's it for now. Enjoy the episode.
So how are you feeling this morning? Good. I got a good night's sleep last night, but I am definitely a little bit more congested. I think that was probably the dust and everything from yesterday and it's swelling.
Yeah, then we expect that. As soon as you get 3,000 meters and a little bit of facial edema, maybe roll the golder.
Yeah, perfect. No, thank you.
So, appetite.
Yeah, the appetite's still good.
After a hearty breakfast at Chelle, we swiftly packed our bags and hit the trails for Samar. So as we're leaving Chelle, we're going up to Samar. We've got a big climb ahead of us today, so we've got about 600 meters. I am expecting to possibly feel quite ordinary by the end of today. Well hydrated, feeling good, got a good night's sleep last night. As you can hear by my breathing, definitely already feeling the altitude. Awesome views. We arrived at Samar after 4.5 hours on the trails. Situated at an altitude of 3,650 metres, the views have been stunning right from the start. Without delay, we head to the Hotel Annapurna, our tea house, to settle down. Okay, so we've arrived at Samar. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to show you where we're staying. So, this way. Yeah. In here we have Bill.
Oh.
Welcome.
And this way. And this is my little sanctuary. We've had a short day today, so we're going to rest up, get used to the altitude. It's been good. We finish at the same height as we are now. We're sleeping at the same height, which is a good thing. Just have a look at this view of mine. So this is what I wake up to tomorrow. Little piece of heaven on earth. And this is my trusty cameraman. Okay, this is Kinga.
Hello,
and he's our guide as well. Samar is a quaint village primarily made up of Tibetan-influenced architecture, serving as a crucial stop for traders and pilgrims for centuries. The old part of Samar today retains its serene atmosphere and offers breathtaking mountain views across from the fields, carved out of the hillsides below the village. In the village itself, you find a long wall of prayer wheels and also a large wheel near the centre of the village. The spinning prayer wheels send prayers out to the universe and are believed to impart blessings across the village. So it's end of day 2 and I'm up at Samar. We're now at 3,050 metres and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm acclimatising well, which is really great. I mean, the scenery and the culture is just absolutely phenomenal. The roads are definitely affecting the tourism industry here. I was talking to some of the guides and they're not getting half as many people here. The reason why the roads have been built through Mustang is the main trade route down into Nepal from China. It is easier for the local people here to get all their produce and everything they need from China. There just seems to be a lot of road building. And does that outweigh the money that they're going to lose from tourism? And we have to be careful, you know, we sit here with our Western sensibilities, you know, we want it all to be pretty and we want, you know, to see people thrashing straw in the fields and cooking with yak dung and peat-based fires and burning juniper and everything. But the youth, Nepalese youth, they don't want to do that. You know, so when the roads do come through, it makes it easier for them to get to Kathmandu. And so there's this drift away from the country and away from their original cultural identity that there was. And you know, how can we strike a balance, keep the culture intact and still be able to modernise and to function in the 21st century? Anyway, that was my thoughtful rant for the evening. I've got to say, this village here is just stunning. I just love being up here. It's like going back very quickly, forget what century you're in, until I start talking to this camera and trying to connect to Wi-Fi. That is. Starting our morning route planning for day 3, today's trek from Samar village to Sangbochi involves dropping down into the rugged canyon behind the village. We're then going to take a detour to Chungsi Cave, a renowned pilgrimage site for both Buddhists and Hindus, hidden in the sheer cliff faces of the gorge below. Okay, just thought I'd quickly show you what the trekking companies will supply you for packed lunches. So I've got some cheese here, I think it's yak cheese, got that with some nuts and seeds. I've got this handful of biscuits and a very smashed up Bounty bar. There we go, smashed Bounty bar, Nepalese biscuits, pineapple crisp biscuits, Mountain Man granola bar, Monaco kind of normal salty crackers really. So that little lot would be a nutritionist to be absolutely horrified at. Which is why I always actually bring with me, as well as lozenges and stuff to help keep my throat moist. One thing about the diet over here is lacking in protein, and so I have a protein bar that I bring with me and I'll have every day. Other times I've brought protein drinks instead, but this time I chose to bring protein bar. Now that our snacks are packed and our route is planned, it's time to hit the trails towards Sangbochi. Doing his chanting. So just doing this little side trip to a holy cave. It's called Chungsi Cave. It has special significance. Oh, it's caught me out of breath as well. To the Buddhists, I think. It was being used by the Bon people, who were the people before the Buddhists arrived. So, it says here, there is no difference between visiting this sacred place and visiting the copper-coloured mountain. All right, that's enough, Joe. So, let's dive into Chungsi Cave. Nestled in the rugged terrain of Mustang Nepal, Chungsi Cave is a spiritual sanctuary. Pilgrims journey to this hidden and isolated cave to receive blessings and to make offerings. Above the cave and carved into the cliff is a simple monastery, housing the monk who looks after the cave that's dedicated to the Guru Rinpoche, who's said to have meditated here for 3 days on his way to bringing Buddhism to Tibet. Now, whilst reaching it does require a steep descent and then the climb back out, the reward is not just the 180 images of the Guru Rinpoche, or the calcite formations that are images of deities unknown, or even the shrine of the 4 painted icons that include Sakyama Buddha, Amitabha, Guru Rinpoche and Chenresi. But it's also a glimpse into the lives of the monks who reside there and the villagers who come here to help and support them, carrying forward the ancient spiritual legacy of the place. Chungsi Cave isn't just a pilgrimage site, it's a journey of self-discovery, inviting visitors to find peace and reflect on Buddhist teachings amongst nature's grandeur. It's a serene sanctuary that leaves a lasting sense of tranquility and of great respect.
Today is a great day for Hindu, Here, Tibetan is also another festival. They take a worship here because this is a holy place for Tibetan and all Buddhist, Some people worship 5 times, 7 times and more than 108 times. If we do 108 times, that is a very good for person, First they join a hand and they first they close the eyes and then do this way and this way and this way and this way and do go down, 108 times. Thank you.
It's good for your body as well as your soul.
Yeah.
We're 100 metres lower than we slept at last night. But coming up from the valley below, I was buggered. I was taking one breath for every step, and I was really, really feeling it. You feeling it?
Absolutely. And I was saying to Joe that even though we've actually dropped to 100 metres from where we slept last night, it's the actual physical effort of having to go uphill at this altitude. And the problem is that you're using a lot of oxygen, but your VO2 max is diminished. So for a lot of reasons, you haven't got any reserve. You just feel exhausted.
So for example, my VO2 max is between 38 and 40 when it's sea level, whereas up here, it's dropped to 28. But when we get back to sea level, because of the physiological changes that have been going on inside us, then my performance will go through the roof, hopefully.
I agree. You're in really good shape.
Yeah.
Your first month home.
And your first month home, your VO2 max should actually be higher than it was prior to leaving. So
we'll see.
So we'll see. Anyway, watch this space.
Which fun was that?
Great.
Okay, so we're here at Sambochi and we have arrived to just got ourselves a flask of masala tea. Today's essentially acclimatization day. It was a tough day. We started at 3,600 meters at Samar. Yeah, we've decided rather than go on another hour, we're actually going to rest up here.
Okay, arrived here at Sambochi, 3,700 meters. It is noticeably cooler today. Got my down jacket on, still kind of slightly damp from very hard work walking today. Change into my long johns. The very first thing I'm going to do is get my sleeping bag out. So you want your sleeping bag to be lofting whilst you're doing everything else that you've got to do. Get the sleeping bag out. I'm going to get changed into all of that lot now. Okay, so dressed for dinner. An icebreaker vest, then an icebreaker 200 weight. I've got my thin insulated layer that I usually keep in my day sack, which is just a Pertex Berghaus jacket, thin Berghaus jacket. And then I've got my thick one over the top. Got my beanie on, got my ears tucked in. On the bottom half, I've got a pair of light 100 weight fleece pants, and then I've got icebreaker long johns on, and then my icebreaker undies on underneath that. And on my feet, I've got my thick winter icebreaker socks. I'm all rugged up and fantastic.
This is a very typical traditional tea house room, not your fancy ones. Thermoses lined up. There's all the pickled, preserved foods, some of which were on the on my plate tonight. Little stove here. The stove's awesome. It's in there burning some wood, but there's also dried dung as well burning in there to keep us warm. Then what have we got on there at the moment? Lentils. Always lentils. Always lentils cooking in Nepal.
They cook here, yeah?
Yeah.
My name Pasang Guru.
Pasang Guru. Is it your tea house?
Sangbuche. Your ठाउँको नाम के हो? 55.
55
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
See many changes?
Yeah, many.
Many changes?
हाम्रो जुसे बाजे भन्दा
Father, his grandfather, his grandfather, father.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So all
Old, yeah.
wow.
यो बच्चा
Just like
बोलेको
100 years, yeah.
यहाँ यो चिया पारेको
That was fun.